It's right in front of you. You know how it is. The real question, how do I stay in the center of the action? With my JBL Quantum 1 gaming headset, fueled by years of research, JBL combines precisely engineered gaming headset with custom cutting-edge software. No matter how you want to game, every headset has hyper-accurate immersive sound to reveal every detail in the world around you. JBL Quantum gaming headsets. Here to level up.
Hello, welcome to Good at Stuff. I'm so happy you're joining us. Come on in, I'm gonna take you on a little journey because we're gonna have a super cozy time today. We're gonna have a nice time. I have planned so many DIYs and crafty, fun moments to bring you throughout the whole season, just in time for the holidays. And we have some amazing guests that we have been talking to and so many more coming up. I am your host and Chaos Goblin extraordinaire. Hello, I'm Gina Devivo. We have a really good show for you today. We have a wonderful guest in studio, and I can't wait for you to see them, but in just a minute, because I want to tell you a little bit about what we did last week, and maybe this was a hint. That was my Mr. Rogers moment. I hope it read. So last week, we had the really lovely and really just charming all around. Sylvie was in the studio, and we had a really nice time. We had made our very own holiday sweaters. It was a great, chill, cozy time, and she whooped me with how good she was with her glue gun. She was so fast. She is a speed streamer, a speed gamer, so there is no surprise. I had to catch up. We did all things Animal Crossing themed. There you can see we did the Animal Crossing leaf wreaths. It was a lot of fun. And then we definitely named that cat picture that we've had since season 1. But I don't remember it anymore. We just know he's a regal, beautiful boy, and that's all. So maybe we can end him before the season is over. But I just want to say hi to everybody. I see you talking about that safety dance. I hope you like the behind-the-scenes footage we've been having. We were having a lot of fun messing around with that. And I think I see a lot of people from our guests community in chat. If this is your first time being here, thank you so much. I'm so glad you showed up to support. I love, love, love our guest today. I can't wait for you to meet him. So I'm just gonna roll with it and hurry up and get him out here. So please, in the studio today with me, we have a Twitch partner and multi-platform content creator. He is known to be goofy and also to be wise. And he is a big guy, but has a much bigger personality. So please, please, please welcome to the show, Goofywise.
Let's go!
Oh, wait, where are we going?
We're going everywhere!
Ah, yeah.
What's good, everybody? How y'all doing? I'm so happy to be here.
Okay, wait, I have to show them. because we found out today that you are the exact height as
Yes.
me at full length.
At full length, full body length.
I love this.
Stretched to the brim.
It's so cool. I just think that's like the neatest fact.
I know, right?
We're just the same amount of material in different like shapes.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, well, that, you know what I mean?
It's a little different. I'm like folding over twice.
Yeah,
when
it's
you like
true. Well, hi. Thank you so much
Yes.
for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited. I can't wait to talk and be good at stuff. you
Yeah,
know?
it's really easy. You just be yourself. That's how you get
Awesome.
good at stuff.
I love that. Yes.
Yeah,
Authenticity
exactly.
is so important. So.
It's true. And we
Yes.
also dressed a little snazzy for
Yeah,
all
you
of
know?
you today. We didn't even coordinate. We just went with the gold and the
You know what I'm
and the
saying?
fancy fluff.
You know, I had to do it to him one time. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Chad? How y'all doing?
Yeah.
How we look? How do we look? How do we look?
We look good. We look good.
Awesome.
It is not CGI. I'm 5'2".
Imagine.
Just copy and paste me twice on myself.
Exactly. There you go.
All right, friends. So we've got a very special day for you today because I loved our pre-interview so much that I
Yes.
wanted to be extra thoughtful in making our craft today. I wanted to do something really, really catered to you.
Awesome.
You inspired me, and that's
Awesome.
kind of what this is all about.
Yeah.
You love rocks, you love outdoors, you love having thoughtful conversations with
Yes.
people.
Yes.
And one thing in particular, you said that when you were a kid, you used to collect rocks and imbue them with emotions and feelings.
Yes.
And so that really stuck with me because that's
Wow.
something I did as well. I have a lot of rocks and things that I collected.
Yeah.
I love it, but I love the sentiment of imbuing it with an emotion and
Yes.
sort of having it.
Yes.
So today we are going to be making some geode crystal soap bars,
Oh,
so that we can
geocrystal.
that we together can imbue them with love and intention
Yes.
as gifts for ourselves or for others this
That
holiday
is so
season.
cool. This is so on brand. I
Yeah,
love this. This
exactly.
is very much wise. And you said earlier in your
Yeah.
introduction, Chaos Goblin.
Chaos
guys.
Goblin.
There's the goofy and the wise here.
Yeah.
This is what I'm here to do. I'm
Yes.
so excited. Let's
we
do
get to
it.
make little potions.
Yes.
That's what today is. We get to make
Marvelous.
potions, and we don't have to be precise.
Yes.
And so I mentioned crafts.
Yes.
Which means you all know what's coming.
Uh-oh.
It's time for a safety
Oh,
dance, everybody.
why am I excited?
I know.
What's happening in my
because
body?
it happens. It's
Oh.
like it inhabits the body.
I'm
okay, you ready?
becoming possessed.
Ooh, it's time for a safety dance. So we gotta strike up. We gotta get ready. We gotta
Okay.
get ready.
I'm hard. I jumped the gun a little bit.
I did too.
Let's go.
Goblin
Production.
mode's gotta activate.
Safety dance.
Ugh.
At once.
Ah,
we
there
go.
it is. Oh, the
Oh.
anticipation. All right, everybody, it's safety dance time, which means I'm going to tell you how to be safe with crafting.
Be safe.
We have burners happening. Now, you can use a microwave at home, but we got burners, so don't hurt yourself, don't hurt your friends. There's boiling water
Hot.
under here. It's hot.
Very
don't
hot.
touch it. We've also got these tools, baby. They are sharp and big, and they could be dangerous. Don't put them on your skin or your eyeballs or your friend's skin or eyeballs. Be safe with these. We're also working
Very
with
safe.
powders. Don't put powder near you.
Don't do it.
Just put it in the
Hello?
thing that you're working with. Just be safe with it. And also, we've got some scents. There's some liquid in here. They could be dangerous. Read the warning label and don't eat paint. There's no paint involved, but that's just a regular warning here.
Do not eat paint.
Don't eat it. And that's all.
Are we good?
We're good.
Okay, I can stop dancing?
No, but I'm gonna need you to eat the E for
Eat
me.
the E?
Eat the E for me.
Is the E vegan?
Yes, it is vegan. We made it.
Gluten-free?
Correct. It's gluten-free and vegan.
Give me that E. Where's
Yeah, it's right there.
It's
Perfect.
kind of like chicken. All right, I'm
No, it's an imitation.
with it. Okay, cool. We're good.
We concocted it this morning.
Awesome. All right,
Yeah.
I'm so excited. You guys are so
Good.
comforting here. You guys got me vegan ease right now. You know what I'm saying?
Vegan ease,
Having a
yeah.
great time in the studio. It's a great place to be.
Thanks.
You know.
Yeah, we tried really hard.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so first things first, we got these burners. Let's turn them up a little bit.
All right, turn
All
it
right,
up.
they're on I've got a button and yours is a little dial.
Oh yeah.
Just 'cause
How much high are we going? Because this will.
I'd say go to 2.
All right.
Let's be safe, and then we can always put it up.
All right,
It's
I'm at
about
2.
the safety. So while we're setting that up,
Okay.
I'm going to roll a little video for all of you so we can get our bearings and get our craft in order.
Okay.
And we made a little video for all you to sort of walk you through what we're doing today.
Let's
because
go.
we're going to have a big conversation.
Yes.
So I may miss some steps.
Yes.
So this is what we did. This was my practice run, and this is what we did. So you basically, you're gonna take our soaps, we're gonna cut it up into little cubes.
This is so
and
helpful.
I know, right? This is like a good marker, so we can figure out.
Learner,
yes,
so.
Exactly. So you're gonna cut those up and put them in a bowl off to the side, and then I'm cutting up some shards, and then this is the part where we're gonna heat up our soap.
Yes.
And it's gonna turn into like a soupy mixture, and then this is when we get to dye it our colors.
Yes.
So I went with like a purple amethyst kind of vibe, and I went with like the lightest color first.
Okay.
And then I'm pouring it into these little cube soaps, which we have, and then I'm darkening it as I go, so we can get some like gradient variation of, you know, to make it more rock textured.
Wow, this is such a science project.
It is a science project.
This is very well thought out.
I know.
I'm literally so excited.
So those are the 3 colors we went with, and then I took some more, because now we're gonna start with the base. I added the flavoring, the what we wanted to taste or smell like, not taste like.
The marinations.
Added some crystals to give it some texture at the top of our base. Chopped these all up, and then I'm gonna lay them in again, just giving it that texture once we add the base, so that it all solidifies.
Okay.
And then we just gotta pop it out of our easy mold. It just pops right out. Bam! And then you see all those like individual crystals to make it look more like rock.
Yeah.
And then we get to go Chaos Goblin on it.
Yes!
And just chop these babies up and like sculpt them and make them all rough and jagged and make them little geodes.
This is so up my alley.
I know.
Goblins.
It's gonna be perfect. And the best part is, so all those little shavings, you're gonna save them because we're not gonna waste them. You're gonna melt some of them back down at the end, and we're gonna make like flat little geodes. And so
like
you get two
soap.
different, you get 2 different versions. So you get the geode soaps, and the more crystally geodes.
I like the little ones with the spikes and
the spikes. Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
That's usually what I would collect, is like the rocks with the like whoosh, the like explosion of crystals on the top.
Yes.
You have a better understanding of rock education than I do. I just say the one with the spiky stuff.
The spiky stuff.
The spiky crystals.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I did major in geography. I took a couple of geology classes. I'm not no expert either. It's okay. That's all good.
No,
but I will say
okay.
we're going to be imbuing these things with some really cool emotions, hopefully. You know, as we open up this conversation today. You know what I'm saying? And I'm excited about that.
That's the intention today. These I wanted to be able to make this episode. I wanted it to be gifts. I wanted us to. It was about spreading the love and sharing these gifts, because normally the things that we make are for our guests, and I knew that you were a person that spreads love and
I try.
and feelings around. So I wanted it to be something that you could make with your hands and your love and give to the people that you care about in your life.
I feel like I'm already so sappy.
Yeah.
I'm loving this sentimentalism.
We got to do the sentimental.
Yeah,
we got to do the sentimental.
This
That's
is dope.
all it's about.
Yeah,
okay,
right
so
up my alley.
let's start.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna take our fun wiggly one. Okay.
Wiggly one. All right.
And we're gonna take one whole bar.
One whole bar.
And then we get to cut it up into cubes.
Okay. Cubes.
Cubes, like little cubes. I'd say like tiny ice cube size.
Like a game cube. I'm thinking.
But much smaller.
Much smaller? Same shape though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Cube. Yeah, okay. Here we go. So we're gonna go. Are we doing half first, or are we just going straight off the edge?
I'm doing kind of slices. I do like lunch meat slices.
Okay, lunch meat.
But you also, this is the thing. You could be Chaos Goblin, and you can chop it however makes you feel nice.
Awesome, because I'm not gonna lie to me. For some reason, cutting it down the middle was just calling to me right now, and I was like, yes.
But doesn't that feel so satisfying
to do? Yes, it does. Okay.
Okay, so I want to talk about your life and your journey to being the man that you are today.
Oof, yes.
So we already know that you are quite a tall human being.
Very much so, yes.
And I imagine that there was a predetermined destiny. You were a basketball player.
Yeah, I was. I played basketball for. I was actually late to the party, but. I played basketball for about 5 or 6 years into my, late high school, into college as well. There was a lot of pressure for me as a young man from an inner city place. And my family was pretty, poor. So they were kind of looking at me like, hey, we got this freakishly tall brother, or son or whatever. And they're like, this is the person that's going to kind of save us. You know what I'm saying? He's going to go to the NBA. he's gonna be this, that, and the third. And there's a time where I was pursuing content creation, and I was told that it would never make money.
Sure.
And it would never be a career. So I needed to stop sitting down, spending all my time creating content, playing games, and go dribble a basketball. You know what I mean? And there was a lot. It was really hard for me at first to really do that, but I began to mold myself into this person that I thought my parents and society wanted me to be, because I think as a young man I was just desperate for validation and acceptance, you know, and whatever I could do to get that feeling, you know, I would do. And so for a while I look back, at the time I said I love basketball, you know what I'm saying?
I was going to say, we have a picture of you in your jersey, and I want to know, when you see that man, what goes through your mind? What did that person feel versus how you feel now?
I see a very hurt and damaged person, to be honest. You know, I see a person that needed a lot of love, and that needed someone to hold his hand and tell him that it's okay to be yourself, and that it's going to be okay as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
That was a really hard time.
Is this
actually
you in high school?
That's actually me in college.
That's
so
college.
I played division. I say play with quotation marks. I played Division I basketball, but I didn't really play at all. I was a walk-on for my school, and I just clung on to this dream as long as I could. At that time, I was working a job at the school. I was going full-time at school and playing basketball as well. So, like, you imagine, that's like 3 jobs.
That's a lot. That's a long day.
Ultimately, it broke me.
Yeah.
So the following year, I decided to quit, and upon that, I kind of had an identity crisis, you know what I'm saying? For all this time, I thought I was just athletes. I was bigging myself up as this person. Every, woman I talked to, I portrayed myself as this character, this future NBA All-Star, and they loved it, and I loved the attention and the love and feeling wanted, and it was a big mess. I'll say that much. But eventually, I found my way to content creation.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, it was really hard to kind of be myself and not feel shame about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because I think a lot of those thoughts from when I was a kid of, you shouldn't be playing basketball, boy. You shouldn't be creating content. You should be playing basketball. You failed your family. You know what I'm saying? I go around family members and they tell me, you messed your life up. You know? And I'm like, I can go to tears right now. Like, this is so early in the show, but like hearing that from people, and that people I adored and I loved and I trusted and looked up to was really hard for me, especially as a young man who didn't really have a great sense of self, and who looked for validation a lot. You know what I'm saying? So like, as I'm getting this critique, I'm taking it upon myself so harshly, so critically. You know what I'm saying? I'm having these like this analyzation of myself and who I am all the time, and it was heartbreaking a lot of the time, you know.
Through that journey, like, obviously it was incredibly brave, and you said you had sort of the break moment. How long after you sort of realized you couldn't anymore? How was was it from that point on you sort of had this courage, or was it sort of this, like, more of a roller coaster of being able to stand your ground or know what you want? And because I also struggle with a lot of my conversations with myself are trying to really understand who I am at my core, and being brave for myself, and really even knowing what that means. So I'd love to know that journey as well.
I wish I could say it's like a flip of a switch, and it's like, it just happens.
That movie moment when you're like, I'm good now. I'm good. I got it.
Even now, I deal with, little bits of that. You know what I'm saying? And it's a gradual process of accepting and moving on to a different type of person. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I had to want it so bad for myself, that peace and that clarity. And frankly, I hit rock bottom at one point. I fell into immense depression after this. You know what I'm saying? I went to the therapy the first time. You know what I'm saying? I had some very wild thoughts that were going on in my head about, not even being here anymore. You know what I'm saying?
No, of course.
I hit that rock bottom. I went to therapy.
Especially since you weren't getting you weren't being met with the support of that. You were actively being told that you following your true self was wrong.
And also, like, even after those voices were gone, I started to perpetuate that on myself. Which is the most wild thing ever. It's like, you internalize this and now it's stuck with you forever.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people are still fighting those inner voices.
Those intrusive thoughts that aren't you.
They're not you. They're somebody else.
Yes.
But I think what really helped me get through this whole period, there's two things I want to say about this.
Yeah.
One is that I originally had planned, if basketball didn't work out, that I would pick the job that I could suffer the least. That's what I told myself. I can suffer the least. And I said to myself, that's a really horrible way to live your life. Like, I'm just avoiding suffering the most. You know what I'm saying? Why not change my perspective and think of it as, I want to live the life that I love the most. You know what I'm saying? And that was a switch. And then also it's like, one thing is, anybody out there who's struggling with, identity and being the person that you want to be, understand that you could fail either way. You could fail and listen to all these people. You could fail. You know what I'm saying? So you could fail at being a basketball player, being this, that, and a third, or whatever it is, accountant, whatever your parents want you to be, or anybody in your life wants you to be. You could fail. And the difference between failing when you are doing something that you love and the difference than failing at doing something that you don't even want to do are completely different feelings. And I can tell you, when you're looking at that failure from the place where you were doing something that you didn't even want to do, it is absolute rock bottom. Because not only did you betray yourself, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You betrayed everything you thought that you wanted. You know what I'm saying? It's
Absolutely.
like, it's complete earth-shattering stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I implore you, like, the risk is worth it, Yeah. The risk is worth it. Do it while you're young if you can,
And even not. I know several people, myself included, I've had countless jobs, all over the place. And not even just jobs, but careers, full paths that I have changed.
Love that,
And I imagine they will continue to change as I change throughout my life. And I hope that I continue to have the courage to allow myself to alter as I naturally do as a human being. As more experiences happen to me, as more passions become louder in my brain and in my heart. I hope that I continue to have that. And we have a saying that I always think applies to life that we have in the TTRPG community, which is, if you know anything about it, you roll dice. And if you roll a 20, it is a critical success. You've done the best you could possibly do. It's the greatest score you can get. I also took a second one, just so we all know.
Oh,
if
sorry.
anyone is no, you're good.
I'm still chopping.
No, you're perfect. You're doing it perfect.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to let everyone else out there know. I'm going to have you cut one more in half. And add it to the pile, just so we have a little bit more. And then we're going to hold on to this, and we're going to cut these into little crystal chunks. And for anyone wondering, these are unscented vegan blocks. We just got some. They're unscented because I wanted to give us the freedom to add our own scents. So that's going to be a later step. So if anyone is following along at home on the VOD, or is just using this for reference, or is just curious, these are just clear, unscented, melt and pour blocks. We got a 2-pound box, and we're having 2 per, so we have about 4 pounds per person, and it's gonna be a fun time.
Yes, sir. Chaos goblins.
Chaos goblins.
Chop it however you want. I'm not
Chop
all
it
over the place.
I know we got different cubes. I'm loving it.
This is honestly like therapeutic. Talking about this stuff and then like slicing this up. It's like I'm working through it in real time. You know what I mean? Like it's cool because I think some of this stuff lives with you longer than you would like it to.
Yes.
But the more
it's part of the story. It is. You can't erase all of it. And you just change its context and its perspective. But the reason I brought up the dice was because if you also get a fail, like a 1, it's a failure. It's a critical failure. It's the worst you could possibly do. Something horrible is going to happen.
Oh God.
However, the way that we in the community have sort of adjusted our mindset on that, because sometimes it's painful to roll if you're not rolling well and your character's failing over and over again, and this person that you've put a lot of time and effort into their story and hoping to succeed, you're literally doing a hero's journey a lot of the time, and can be very personal. And but we found that if you change your perspective on it, whenever you roll a 1, you fail forward. Those moments of deep failure are are the story.
Yeah.
It's part of the story. It's how you triumph over it. It's the overcoming of those failures. It's the viewing those failures as sometimes blessings in disguise, or even just moments where you go, well, that sucked.
Yeah.
Oh, well, but it's always a beat to an interesting story.
Yeah.
And that is the same for people. It's just part of your story.
Definitely.
And
yeah, I think
so
it's
failing forward.
Yeah, failing forward is a huge thing, and it's something that, ironically, that I have to learn quite often in my life.
Yeah, always.
It's like,
I talk a big game, but these are like things I know, but I don't always know them when they're happening.
Yeah, it's almost like there's a separation between the rational self and then the emotional self inside your body, where you kind of have to like walk with both of those parts of yourself.
Yep.
My therapist actually called it like your inner child. You know what I'm saying?
So you got always talking to my inner child.
Yeah, you gotta talk to your inner child and walk him to where you are now in your rational mind, because he's still stuck where he got hurt. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's been a journey doing that for myself as well. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
Are you liking these cubes?
I am loving these cubes, bro. This is so fun. This is like right up my alley, bro. Like, I'm just like chopping stuff. I'm like talking. I'm like, we vibing. Y'all, Chad, are we vibing?
We're vibing.
How y'all doing, Chad? What's up, Tails? I see you in there.
Someone's very excited about Joel.
What's up, Joel? How you doing?
Okay, well, whenever you are ready, I'm ready to put these in here.
I am.
We're going to start cooking?
2 more chops.
Don't worry, we got more chops to do.
Okay.
We're not done chopping.
Okay, good. All right, we're good.
We just got to start melting as well.
Let's start melting.
Okay,
all right.
So we just grab them. We're going to put them in our double boiler.
Okay, let's go.
Cubes.
Woo, this is cool.
Yeah, so this is just a regular cooking technique. You can do like, you can melt chocolate this way.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that, I need to learn how to cook better, man. I would love to like.
You know how to be cook?
I cook, but it's like, I know how to cook for myself.
What do you like to cook?
I'm a mess. I'm like...
that answer could be cereal.
I do like, I love to cook cereal, but I'm like I call it gruel. Because I like...
The Chaos Goblin!
Yes, it's not presented well, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like a big bowl of stuff that I like, you know what I mean? So like, I'm a big fan of like making Mexican food at home.
Oh yeah.
And I just throw a bunch of stuff in there, and sometimes I mix it up and it just like slush sometimes.
That's the best. I'm a big fan of like sloppy Joe meat.
Yeah,
like chili.
same.
I throw chili on spaghetti. It's like my go-to meal. Have you ever had chili spaghetti?
No, I haven't. Sounds good though.
If you get your like favorite like garbage chili, like the best like canned chili, and just add your own spices to it, and then you throw it on some like really good pasta. Throw some cheese, make some Texas toast.
Yes, sounds like we are both chaos goblins. Not just on set, but in real life. We live this chaos goblin life, guys. No, because I was going to say, actually, as a kid, I loved really sloppy foods. Like I used to call it sloppy corn. Have you had that wet corn before?
No.
It's like cream corn, cream of corn.
I love cream corn.
Yes, I love that. And it's like sloppy joes I used to love a lot too. It's like very much chaos goblin.
I'm going to hand you this one now.
Awesome.
Everyone, be safe.
All right.
So now we're going to make little crystals. So I don't want you to make cubes with this one.
Okay.
I want irregular, sharp, strange shapes.
Okay.
So we're going to cut these into things, and then we're going to kind of like put
Cut
them,
off the
and then
edges.
just kind of like,
Okay,
we're going to like messy
chop. How many
chop.
crystals do we want though?
A lot.
A lot?
We want a
so
lot.
they're going to be pretty small. They're not going to be pretty big. Okay.
Yeah. Like we're just gonna, I'm just gonna.
Oh,
and
that's a great way to do it.
We
Yeah.
get to just like have fun with it, and
yeah.
we get to be
Right up my
messy
alley.
and chaosy with it.
Love it.
Ugh. Okay, so you transitioned from your previous expectations, and you started pursuing the passion that you previously always felt that you were drawn to, and started content creating.
Yeah.
When did it start to feel like? Did it feel right and connective right away, or was it a longer journey than you were expecting?
A little bit of both, actually.
Yeah.
It felt like really, like I would spend like hours and hours just learning editing programs. Ooh. And I'm like, I would sit down at my, this is how I knew I was like, I love this. You know what I'm saying? I would sit down at my desk to edit. I was like learning at the time like Premiere Pro or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
I used to do that for Photoshop.
Yeah. So I was learning that, and I would just sit down at like 9 a.m. in the morning, and then I look over and it's like 9 p.m. And I was like, I'm working on one video.
I did that all day.
Yeah. Because it's actually like learning a language too, which is kind of wild.
It absolutely is. Tech is absolutely a language.
Yeah. So like I knew that at that point I was like, oh, this is for me. I'm so in love with this. And then at one point I got my first like viral video. Like I did like a Fortnite skit. It was it wasn't the best skit ever. Like I look back on it, I'm just like, oh, cringe. But it worked, and it really started to affirm who I was and who I was becoming. And I said, you know what, I'm going to show everybody, and this is something I healed from now, but I said, I'm going to show everybody who ever doubted me, I'm going to show them.
It's a good motivator.
What it looks like when you
Look at that.
are myself. That's me.
That's you now. How long did it take you to make this setup?
This setup in particular, it took me about, I'm really bad with tasks. So,
really?
Yeah, it took me a while to get.
You're doing great.
Oh, thank you. But I can't have my desk set up look as chaotic as this mess right now. But it took me like a whole day to just set that up. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like I just had to get the wires good. I had to have a friend come over and help me with the wires and stuff like that because I'm not the best with like organization and tidiness or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it took me a little bit to get that done. Yeah, but it got done, and I'm happy, and I got my little puppy there too, so that was cool.
We're gonna talk about your puppies a little bit later.
Yeah, they're cool. He's a great guy.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that desk.
Yeah.
Is it like difficult to like be there?
What do you mean to fit there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, just in like. Yeah. I'm a shifter. Like I'm standing right now because like sitting for some reason is like not my strong suit. And I imagine from being sort of a very active person your whole life to then falling into sort of this passion of being so comfortable being at an editing, so sedentary, but also like being like comfortable doing that and being like that hyperfixation feeling right and being like I could spend literally 48 hours on these programs editing this video, being amazed. Like the energy, was there a noticeable difference, or were you just like, oh, I can finally relax?
As far as like transitioning between the two, I felt that there were some similarities between the two as far as like work ethic, being a basketball athlete, so there were some commonalities there. So like it was easy for me to transition because when you were playing basketball, there's like, granted, I'm very active, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, you spend all day. I mean, I would go to weights before, I would go to practice, then like aftercare, and I go to study hall if I needed to go there, and then it's like so much. And then
to work. And
then to work. And so like for me, it was kind of like a breath of fresh air. Like I'm finally tired of doing stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I think for a long time I used basketball as a coping mechanism to for discipline because it was easy for me to take lessons from people.
Those structures are in place for you.
Yeah, exactly. But when I had to create them for myself, there was no boundaries. I didn't learn what boundaries were until 26 years old, and that feels embarrassing to say out loud now. But it's like it's honest, it's truthful.
No,
boundaries are so important in all their capacity.
Very much so.
Yeah,
it is so hard to set boundaries for yourself.
Yes, bro.
It is. I am still learning that lesson. It is a lesson I learned literally yesterday again for the 100th time. Is that I was viewing boundaries as a thing that was put against me, as a thing to be either opposed against or put against me. And instead of viewing boundaries as a thing for yourself.
To protect yourself.
Yes. And motivate yourself and understand your wants and your needs and how to vocalize them.
Yes. And
rather than a boundary against or a boundary towards.
Yes.
It is purely from self for self.
Yes, I look at boundary. I heard somebody say this, so like I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna take credit for it. But I'm gonna also let you know that I didn't say this because I'm just being myself. But boundaries are the extent at which you can love yourself and still continue to do whatever it is you're doing. So whether it is a person, whether it is a task, a job, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. So like if you can't love yourself and the thing, maybe you need a boundary. You know what I'm saying? It's not healthy for you. No. You know what I'm saying? So like that's something I've had to learn the hard way. Especially as a man. In society, we're not really told that we are allowed to feel and have feelings and et cetera. So it's like, even to be able to admit that there's some weakness, there's some chink in the armor, that's a step in and of itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's exhausting, especially if you've never had to deal with emotions constantly. Like you're like I'm literally like, bro, I gotta even talking to mom. I'm like, bro, what? I gotta talk about my feelings. I'm exhausted, but it's like it's so healthy for you. It's like when you lift weights in the gym, you get strong, you get muscles. It's the same way when you talk about emotions and feelings. You gain that emotional maturity. You gain that emotional intelligence. And you become a happier, more fulfilled person.
Absolutely.
You know, so yeah.
How your crystals coming?
They're looking good. I'm not sure when to stop. Is this enough?
Look at me.
Okay, we're going.
We need deep. I need you to chunk quickly.
Chunk quickly. Yes.
Chunk quickly because we're
experience.
Yes. So you've obviously been incredibly open and loving with your community, and your community is called Goof Troop.
Yeah, we go by many names. I haven't really shout out. The Goof Troop is good. You know
I was a big Goofy movie fan.
Oh my God! Can we talk about the Goofy movie?
Yeah, we can.
I love the Goofy movie.
Max Goof was my first crush.
Wow, 100%. That's crazy. Roxanne was my first crush. I was like, Roxanne.
Yep. They were beautiful.
I was like, man, I was such a sap growing up. I was like, man, I'm gonna grow up one day. I'm gonna have a girlfriend like Roxanne. You know what I mean? Like watching the movie back, they didn't really give her a lot of screen time. So I'm like, what did I actually want there?
But she is sweet.
She is sweet.
She's definitely just sweet, and they give her some personality at the end. But it's a father-son movie.
It is. Definitely. But,
I adore every aspect of that movie.
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
Lovely.
I mean, the dances.
Did you learn it?
No,
I used to know it.
No, I know the words. If we listen to each other's heart, we'll find the way far apart, and maybe love is the reason why.
You gotta go like this. My sister and I used to go for the first time ever we're seeing it eye to eye. We would always do that. We go eye to eye.
That's how they do in the movie too.
Are amazing. Yeah, and then you gotta do the perfect cast.
Yeah.
You gotta do like.
I forgot how to do it. He's like.
I don't know. It's like a lot of that.
I'm like, I tried to learn it as a kid, and I was like, it didn't really go well.
I'm surprised you didn't learn it.
I tried. The one I really liked was my favorite one was Stand Out above the crowd.
Oh,
even if you gotta shout out loud.
Perfect.
Yes.
It's perfect. It's a perfect movie.
Yes, and then also like the meaning it had behind, like he's saying stand out above the crowd, even if you gotta shout out loud. And I always felt like as a kid I was such a loud person. I'm like, I feel so much shame.
Oh, did you get told that a lot as a kid? Of like, you're being loud?
Up.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah. I definitely learned that lesson because I definitely lowered my voice. Yeah. But I did too. Oh yeah. I got told constantly, like, why are you screaming?
Yes, and as an adult, like obviously there's certain different strokes for different folks. Sometimes people are not going to be for you, but you get to choose your friends now.
It's true.
You know, you get to have friends who are okay with you being loud and crazy and quirky, and I'm like, yes, I'm for this.
Yes. Look at this soup. Let's check in on this soup.
Let's check in. Where's my? Oh, here it is.
It's right there. We got it. So it is
Chaos
almost. These are our chaos wands.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So it is almost time. So I'm gonna have this just be stirring in there. Just distribute some of the heat.
More. Yeah.
Yeah, you can turn it up for sure.
Okay,
I'll turn mine up too. Let's get this going.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. And then, so what I'm gonna have us do is I'm gonna have you transition your sweet little crystals into this measuring cup, and we're gonna give them a nice little coating of glitter to give them that kind of crystally rock.
Sparkly.
Exactly. So this is just mica powders. We're using pearl white, which doesn't turn it white. It's just sort of more of a dusting of shimmer.
And I can pick whatever I want, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But this one, for this one, we're gonna stay with these because these are gonna stay that nice neutral color. And then when we get to the color gradient, you can pick whatever color you want.
Sweet. Yeah, steps. I love it.
So yeah, exactly. So we're gonna do this. I'm gonna shimmy. He's all pretty. Look at that. Isn't that nice?
That is gorgeous. Yes, I can't wait to touch it.
Okay. Here you go. You go too. And we're gonna keep doing all this fun stuff. We're gonna take a very, very short break. So don't go anywhere. We're still making soaps. It's not dinner. It's soap. You play video games. We're gonna be chatting about video games.
Yes, I love video games.
And we're gonna. Have you played? I've never played Valorant.
Yes, I have
played Valorant.
Yeah, it's a really fun game. Very, very, very clean game. That's what I like to describe it. You know what I'm saying? Very pure in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very like most games are. You know, like I'm thinking like Call of Duty or what Apex or whatever. It's like there's a lot of movement, a lot of little movement hacks. This game is more slow, steady, wins the race kind of thing.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Very much about patience and precision.
Yep.
You know?
That makes sense.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a quick listen to X Chocobars because she is one of the captains for the Valorant event of the year called Reload. It's going to be very exciting. She's going to tell you all about it. So let's hear a little bit about Reload.
The first time I played Valorant, it was very fun because everyone else was really bad. Now everyone is good, so it's gotten a lot harder. Reaching Diamond for the first time, for me it was like a huge personal goal of mine. Being able to also solo queue my way up the ranks was really rewarding and fulfilling to me as well. I've always played Phoenix, like before his buff. I'm in the love. It's all I want to play. Like I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll fill a different agent, but I'll like lock in Phoenix and be like, yeah, I'll fill.
What are you expecting out of Reload?
I'm really excited to see all of our friends and all the cool outfits. Like, I mean, look at me.
Hey everyone, I'm John Sandman. Some of you may know me as a host from Spotlight, a content creator, or just a man with an incredible beard. Most of all, I'm a gamer. We need something to give us the upper hand. Enter Intel Arc, a new graphics solution from Intel, built to enable premium gaming, creating, and streaming experiences. Intel Arc speeds up my content creation, gaming, and everything in between. It's the ultimate choice in price plus performance. Scan the QR code to learn more.
Hello, welcome back. You're watching Good at Stuff. I'm your host, Gina Devivo. And I'm having a lovely time with Goofywise. We're making some soap. We're having a good time. Some geocrystal rock soaps. And we're just gonna keep making stuff. And it's gonna be the fun part. Now it's the part where we get to make all of the connections and colors and adding all the fun things. So we get to scent stuff soon. So I'm gonna need all of your help. So I want to know what I'm going to scent it, or us. It depends.
Yeah,
we have a bunch of different scents and flavors, and let's find out what we're going to do. So what scent should I/we put into our soaps, everybody? Should we do A, peppermint, B, eucalyptus, C, lavender, D, rosemary, E, cinnamon, or F, a sort of frankincense, and do a sort of mixture of our own design? And while we do that, you and me are going to put some of this into our measuring cups while they're voting.
Okay.
Take
I only have one measuring cup.
Oh! We're going to do it together.
Okay, we're going
to do it together. It's going to go in here. So, I'm going to pick mine up. Would you mind if I grabbed yours as well?
Yes,
yours
of course.
Yes!
Yeah, do not burn yourself.
I won't burn myself.
Guys,
Safety.
yeah.
Okay. And we're gonna pour.
I feel like little scientists are like maybe like witches or something. Like I'm like stirring.
We are.
Like boiling trouble and make it double.
Okay. Chaos goblins.
Chaos.
We're making the shinies. Okay, and that's gonna go over there. I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. Now, a fun trick. So we've got a bunch of bubbles on ours.
Okay.
You can take some rubbing alcohol and just do a little spritz on top.
Ooh.
And look at that, all those bubbles went away.
That is so cool.
Because we're gonna be mixing a lot and we don't want those bubbles. We want it to stay nice and clear.
Oh, that's awesome.
Frankincense won by a landslide.
Frankincense? What does that even?
That means we get to mix some.
Okay.
So you and I are gonna mix what colors or what scents. We've also got some tea tree, some peppermint, some eucalyptus, lavender.
I just like the way eucalyptus sounds.
Okay, let's add eucalyptus in here.
It's probably like healing too, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
okay, this is the part, double toil and trouble.
Oh,
so add a few drops.
Marvelous.
And I'll mix.
Yes.
So while we are mixing, tell me about your video games.
You're
good.
Keep going?
Good. No, you're good, because we gotta add multiple.
Okay.
We're good. We're good.
Oh, we're good? Oh, okay.
That eucalyptus is going to take over.
I'm sorry. Chaos Goblin.
Exactly.
All right. Video games.
Yes.
I love pretty much all type of video games. I'm very much a variety gamer, in general. There's parts of me that really loves to compete. There's parts of me that really loves to just really hone my skills and get better. And very much there's a part of me that is like, that learns a lot from that competitive side of myself. And just like being able to be in the moment and focus. Okay, cool. And focus on getting better and the love of it more than winning. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, what did that smell like?
I have no idea. What was the last one you just put in there?
I have no clue. I'm just throwing stuff. I think it was tea tree.
Okay, great. I say do whatever you're doing next, do one single drop.
Okay, one single drop?
This is powerful.
I had no idea. It's chaos.
This is yummy, though. This smells good. There we go.
It's very healing. There you go. But
what was that one?
It is...
Ooh!
Burberry? I can't even read it. There's so much glitter on it. Bergamot?
Bergamot?
It sounds like a superpower.
You added bergamot.
What is bergamot, Chad? Because I'm going to get... Can we get a fact check on that, please?
Let's smell that. That smells good.
Oh, it does. Oh, it's like citrusy.
I know. I like it. I'm going to give myself some.
Look what happens, guys.
And then you and I are going to start making our colored bars.
Awesome.
So grab a stick.
Okay, stick.
And select your color that we're going to deepen.
Oh, I'm going orange immediately.
Orange?
It smells orange, too.
It does smell orange.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay, I'm going to go with, I really liked making the amethysts. Or should I go blue? What do you think? Blue
What
or
is
purple?
amethyst?
Amethyst is like a lavender purple.
You know what? I like amethyst.
Amethyst, yeah.
I feel like it creates a cool dichotomy between our two colors.
It does.
You know
Purple and orange are lovely together.
Yeah.
And these are functional. These are going to be functional hand soaps. They're just melt and pours. You just heat them up. You can heat them up in the microwave. We melt them down and we're putting them into bars. And we're going with Team Purple and Team Orange.
Okay,
so
go.
You're just gonna pour a little bit in there.
Not too much.
Not too much.
I put a lot of the other stuff in there.
You're good.
Okay,
so we're gonna mix this. And let me know if you get too many bubbles.
Okay.
I'm gonna add even more than that. Yeah. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, this looks gorgeous already.
It's so pretty. Isn't it so pretty to watch the mica get mixed in?
Yes, it's
I hope you all can see how pretty. Ooh, look at how orange yours looks already.
Look, I love it. Orange is like my favorite color. So orange and black.
Orange is also my favorite color. Like the brown orange tone. It is truly one of the most beautiful, like earthy toned colors.
Yeah, I read somewhere that orange is like when you look at it, it notices more than almost any other color or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, that's why basketball hoops are orange.
Oh,
because it really sticks out. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about
so interesting.
Standing out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, stand out above the crowd.
You saw what I did there? And scene.
We did it.
Roll credits.
Yes. Okay, so once we got that mixed in, we're gonna pour into one of these. We just got silicone molds. They're just general soap shapes. You can also do silicone like ice cube maker. Okay. But we're just gonna fill one of these.
Just one?
Just one.
Okay. Oh, I love this already.
I know. And if you want to spray it after, we can get rid of all those bubbles.
I got too many bubbles.
And then you're going to deepen it.
Ooh.
So you're going to add a little more color into it.
Okay, I'm thinking black. Black.
Ooh, okay.
Black?
Maybe
Graphite black.
Before you do black, do a red, because we're gonna do 3 colors total, and the darkest one you're gonna want like a deep dark.
Okay, cool. So I'll do a red then.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just do a nice
How much
more
we
grape.
Oh, wait, we're doing it inside here?
Yeah, inside here to your desired tone.
Okay, there we go.
And honestly, if you do want to add a little black, go for it. We've got this is silver, so this would add like some dark. Kind of more glittery rather than pigment.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like the diversification.
Exactly. And really, this is to just add dimension and texture into our soaps.
Awesome. This is right up my alley. My hands are getting dirty.
Yep.
I'm having a blast.
Good.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop.
There we go.
Oh, that's fine. We can keep that heat burning because we are going to need a lot more of this later.
Yeah, I forgot about it, to be honest.
Don't worry.
You remembered. I was like,
you can turn it down a little bit if you want.
I think at this point
just so that we don't we're giving you a nice facial at the same time.
I know, right? half of my face is like sweating right now.
It's true. It's true. Open those pores up, nice and good.
I know, right? The eucalyptus is helping though, so like that's cool, you know.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, now I got a nice deep soap.
Mine's coming like a brownish. I like it. It's like brown sugar, kind of like our.
That's kind of my favorite color.
Yeah,
That's my
Ooh, it looks so
jam.
creamy too.
It does.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Now we're gonna pour it. Ooh, that's a nice color.
Ooh, that looks like lava.
Ooh,
I like it.
that's so pretty.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay.
Oh, and the red cane just came out when I sprayed
Neat.
it.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna borrow that. Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah.
And then our last color. Deepen it however dark you want.
Okay, you know
Have
what time
fun.
it is.
Yeah.
You know what time it is. Give me that graphite black.
Heck yes. Okay, now I'm gonna add a little bit of blue. See how that goes.
Okay.
Because I did red last time to
Can I see
darken
yours?
it. Yeah, I kind of
Looks
went with
good.
making it a little bit more royal, and I'm actually also gonna add the black
There you go.
sparkles.
Lob that to you right there.
Yes. Boo, 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 boo.
Wait, is this green? It looks like kind of green. Hold up. Whoa.
It's kind of like an ashy tone, but it might be reacting with
Yeah, I think that's exactly what's happening.
That's
It's even
neat.
better. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's not doing what I predicted? Let's study it.
And see, mine's kind of turning into a goo, and I
Yeah.
don't mind that. It's just starting to coagulate and solidify,
Yeah.
which kind of adds a nice texture. So I'm gonna finish mine and just kind of scoop it into this mold.
Wow, this is so cool because mine has like, it's like black, but it almost has like an orange undertone slightly.
It's
you know what I
really
mean?
neat.
Yeah. So we throw this last one. Oh, that is coagulated.
Yes, it is. And if you don't want this texture, you can always pop it right back in here, and no harm, no foul. It will just be, remelted. That's the great thing. If you
There
mess
you
it up,
go.
you can just remelt it. If it goes to not the right texture for you, just remelt it.
There
I'm
are
just
no
scooping
mistakes,
it. There
guys.
aren't, because these are remeltable. So
Yes.
there's nothing. Oh, yours perfect.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
Wow, I
Yeah.
love that.
This one kind of looks like almost like a feline's fur or something like that. I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, you
It
got a
looks
little.
cool.
Speaking of little felines,
Oh.
you don't have felines, but you got puppies.
Yes, I do.
Can I please hear everything about these
Yes.
sweethearts?
Yes. Okay. so-
First, your
Yes.
firstborn.
There he is right there, my boy. Yeah, he's a little mouthy poo, and I want to say he's sweet, but I'd be lying to you. He's very territorial.
He's not sweet.
To me, he is. Not to new people. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We got him during the pandemic, so
Sure.
he wasn't really socialized properly.
Yep.
And we actually had.
We also got one in. Yep.
Yeah, in the first week we had him, he got parvo.
No.
Yeah, so he got parvo. So we actually we went to the vet and they
Sweet.
said it would be $6,000. And at the time, I didn't have that money to spend on him. So they said $600, and I'll just give you the stuff, but you have to take care of them all yourself. So we ended up spending weeks and weeks, or not weeks and weeks, but probably like a week's time, hooking him up to an IV.
Wow.
Yeah, feeding him through a straw or like a little push thing. We had to put it down his mouth.
Yeah.
We used Pedialyte and other things
Yeah.
to kind of get his stomach going. And eventually he got back together. But unfortunately, we missed a socialization period for him. So he's a little rough around the edges. But we're working with a trainer now to kind of get him situated. But I love him so much. He's a cute guy still. He likes to cuddle.
Definitely cute.
Yeah, he's just very fearful and he's scared of everything. So
He's scared of everything.
yeah. He's had some trauma episodes too. We took him to dog parks, which apparently you're not supposed to do with your dogs because
Why?
they get traumatized really easy.
Oh,
And it's like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're not good spaces for you to take dogs at all. Like you should definitely not have. You should schedule puppy dates instead of
We
that.
do have a lot of puppy
Yeah,
dates.
yeah, and then in that way you use your body language and interject yourself in a way where you can, control the dogs and they're dogs that
Yeah.
you know and etc. Yeah.
That's so fascinating because
Yeah.
it's like they seem to be such good places that you'd think, oh, this is where I can socialize my doggo.
Yeah.
But what about your
Oh,
brand
my
new
God,
baby?
my brand new baby. The Prince of Wakanda, given the power of the Black Panther, stripped from him, he is Prince T'Challa.
Oh, the baby!
Yes. Big Black Panther fan.
What a handsome boy.
Yeah, that's my guy right there. I love him so much. I actually just got him, so I've been like on puppy duty the last week, and I'm just waking up early, 4 a.m., feeding and walking, or not walking him, but taking care of him, cleaning up his mess, and he has the worst farts of all time. He's just like his daddy. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
You gotta.
Yeah, but he's an awesome dog, and I'm really excited to have him. I've always wanted a dog.
Yes.
Of my own, and it just kind of feels like my own dog. You know, the first one was kind of like a collab between me and my roommate at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted a place to give all my love to and not feel shame about it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Please grab this big boy.
Yes, ma'am.
And now we're gonna have you pour yours in because we used mine.
I'm not touching this though, right?
We are.
Oh, with this though.
With these, yes.
I was like,
no.
hot.
So you're gonna put them right back into this guy, and we're gonna
this
pour.
In there?
Yep.
Okay.
Right into there, and you can pour as much of it in there as you want.
Okay. Are we using more of this for later or no?
Yes.
Okay.
But we're basically going to put a few layers.
Okay.
So we can put about more than half.
Okay.
Because we've also got more soap if we want to melt it.
Okay. So I'm going to do that much right there.
That's perfect.
Okay. And then I'm going to hand you this as I try not to.
And I'm going to spray it.
Throw the pot off. Thank you. Good teamwork.
Yeah.
Wow.
Perfect. I'll take those.
Okay.
All right, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna put like about an inch layer right at the top, a little less than an inch.
Okay. So
you
very
can just
light.
kind of eyeball it.
Yeah. So very light.
We're just getting the front base so that we can start adding our crystal chunks. And layering.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just.
And for those who are just tuning in, hello, you're watching Good Stuff. We're hanging out with Goofywise. We're talking about life and love and spreading our joy and overcoming ourselves by finding ourselves and all of our struggles.
Yes.
And also going to talk a little bit about traveling.
Yes.
And finding, because you sit at a desk and we do our things. We both stream and have a lot of times in front of a computer, but we also have a deep connection to nature.
Yes, very much so. I've always been a.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
You wanted to be you were going to be a geologist?
I was actually going to be a biologist at first, but I was like, math.
Yeah, math.
So I tried geology out, and then they were like, you got to do math. And I'm like, okay,
thanks.
I'm going to skip over to geography, which is basically you can just write about the earth and social aspects and how those pair up to the environments and how environments affect that, you know what I'm saying? That social culture. And I thought that was like really meaningful and really cool. I really enjoyed that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was a little hard taking geography classes because they kind of like tell you have to take a bunch of science classes and they just say like, oh, the world's ending from various different science. It's like literally like there's so much that we need to take care of our environment. I have a deep passion for nature and preserving that. So like it definitely weighed on me a bit. But it's exciting. I love nature. I've always had a deep connection with it. Always felt like at peace with it, and I'm just like always been in constant awe of it. Like as a kid, I would like watch Animal Planet.
Yes.
And, just watch these little animals play.
And collect rocks.
Yes, and collect rocks. Yeah, we are one with nature.
We are one.
Yeah, it was a great time as a kid, man. I used to even collect like little garden snakes and little rodents.
I used to peel moss and save it.
Whoa!
I used to peel moss and like keep it.
Oh, moth. I thought you said peel moth.
No,
like
no.
I was like, you're peeling the skin off a moth? I'm like, whoa!
I'm not a monster.
I'm like, but the power of Christ compel you.
No, I revealed too much. No.
Okay, so
moss.
Moss. Okay, that's
moss,
cool.
because I would build little fairy houses.
Oh, that's
and I would
awesome.
like replant it on my little gardens.
That's so magical. I
loved it.
Yeah.
I want to see we're gonna do a poll.
Okay,
we're gonna do a poll. So where in the world? I'm gonna do a little game. It's a game poll.
Okay, a game poll. I love games. Yes.
So you hike a lot. You like to travel. You like the outdoors. And this is a challenge for everyone in chat. Okay.
Chat.
So where in the world is Goofywise in this photo?
Ooh, okay. Where am I?
Where are you?
Oh, I love that waterfall so much, man. It's so beautiful, man.
So is Goofywise in A, the Grand Canyon, B, Banff National Park, C, Yosemite, or D, Central Park?
Ooh, guys.
That classic hiking area, Central Park.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, if you guys literally don't do Central Park, you guys are missing this out completely.
It's true.
You know what I mean? Because that waterfall is specifically in Central Park. You know what I mean? Like, if you guys have never been before, you know what I mean? Like, what's going on here? Come on, so vote Central Park.
So this is how you know when you're ready to start layering your crystals. While they're deciding, if you kind of tilt your thing,
Okay.
is there a skin that's starting to develop
Yes,
on
there's
top?
a
Like you can
skin.
kind of poke it and nothing
Skin.
happens?
Yes, there's one
So-
spot right here that doesn't. It's not covered.
That's okay. That's okay. Basically, what it means is that it's cooled down enough that if we start adding these crystals, they won't melt.
Okay, cool.
So we can start layering in our crystals.
Okay, and my crystals are really big.
That's
so
okay.
Chaos
You're just
Goblin.
gonna have a different aesthetic. You're making a different one than me.
Yes, I am.
I'm making an amethyst, and yours is this like nice fire opal.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna layer this.
Fire opal. That sounds cool.
It is. Have you ever seen a fire opal?
No, it sounds cool though. I would like
They're
to look at it.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, who won? I heard the sound. Chat voted for C, Yosemite. So where are you in this picture?
Central Park, guys. What I told you guys. No, I'm just kidding. It's literally Yosemite.
It is Yosemite. You got it
Congrats.
right. What was it like going to Yosemite?
Oh man. You know, as I'm becoming a streamer, living a more sedentary life,
Yeah.
it's hard sometimes. Sometimes I say I live in a constant state of anxiety
Yeah.
because I'm just like always doing stuff and
Sure.
always worried about optimization and stuff. So like I finally took the time to go to Yosemite.
Yes.
And when I say that it was a transformative experience,
Sure.
it's like not doing it justice. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. It was a beautiful time in Yosemite. I had such a great time exploring the wilderness. I felt like a giant kid again. And it was extremely grounding, you know.
Yeah.
It really just made me realize how small we are as humans in this little game we call life, you know what I mean? It's
Yup.
like we're just little specks of, you know, dust in the grand scheme of things, and it's like we can find meaning wherever we want to do, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, it was very peaceful. It definitely was a time where I got away from everything and I just started to look at things a little differently and think about the long term rather than the short term, you know, ego-driven short successes or whatever they might be, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Am I throwing more of this on top?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a little more from mine.
Okay, sweet. Thank you so much.
And just wait for this to
Yeah,
cool
but
down just a little bit.
I love nature, man, so much. It's so
Yeah.
beautiful, man. Like seeing the views from, you know, El Capitan was like so beautiful.
That sounds lovely.
I got to take a trip back soon.
You have to. I've been to Yosemite,
Yeah.
but we didn't really walk around. We kind of drove through it and looked at all the beautiful waterfalls.
So you didn't go on a hike?
Not really,
You
no.
gotta get out that car
I
and
know,
get
I
your
do.
feet dirty,
I
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So basically, we laid our crystals down,
Okay.
and then I just to solidify it and kind of put it back together, and add more
I'm adding more crystals
height.
because I see how much.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can add the whole
that looks cool.
thing of crystals if you want.
Okay.
And then you're just gonna pour this over so that it becomes one solid bar.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready and feel like you have the right amount of crystals.
I think we're good.
And how much
I will
soap
need
you
more
got
than
left
this.
over
I got
there?
a good amount over here.
Yeah. Hi, Anthony. I see you in chat. Yeah, we making soap.
I need the two things to
Two
grab
things.
this.
Here you
Yes,
go.
yes, thank you so much.
I'm gonna throw some of these back in there just so we have a little bit extra.
Okay, am I gonna pour this in here? Let it cool down first.
Yeah, let it cool down.
Okay. Okay, good call on the
Yeah,
extra, on the
and then
extra,
I'm
too.
gonna test some of these. So yeah, these are starting to harden. So these two are definitely already hard and ready to start chopping, but we're gonna wait because this one, the first one we poured, is still a little bit mushy.
I'm gonna cut some with you right now.
Okay.
So I can get some
Are you
more.
using any more of these?
Should I?
You don't have to.
I felt like I had too much and not enough of this. That's why I was
Great.
like,
You know what you can do?
Yeah.
Put it right back in there.
Oh, sweet. Let's
Don't
go.
waste
Ooh,
anything.
and it's gonna be glittery too.
Yeah, I mean it's all gonna be glittery. It's a big old beautiful crystal. So it's supposed to be glittery.
Magic crystal.
Oh, did you ever watch The Dark Crystal when you were a kid?
No, what is that?
Jim Henson. It's
feel
like
like I
the
would like
puppet, the puppet movie with the Skeksis and the big like vulture looking like things.
No, but it sounds like fun. I
It's
wanna
right
watch
up
it.
your alley.
Yeah.
It is a wild. Were you big into like fantasy, like cinema as a kid?
Yeah, I mean, I like, you know, Lord of the Rings. And
Yeah.
like,
Also, Xanderific. Thank you so much, everyone, for rating. Hi, everyone. Hi, Xander's community.
What's up? How you guys doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. We're doing stuff.
Yeah. So Lord of the Rings, obviously, yes. We all, my sister and I bonded heavily over watching the extended cuts over and over and over, and all of the behind the scenes hours of it.
A journey, for
A
sure.
huge
you know?
journey.
And I've always been a huge fan of like the long narrative
Yeah.
I call them masterpieces. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
These long
They're
narrative,
epics.
like, great storytelling experiences,
Yeah.
They kind of just whisk you off your feet and kind of take you into a whole different world,
Absolutely.
And I'm a big fan of sci-fi, big fan of fantasy.
You and I had we both connected over our favorite movie of the year.
Yes.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh my God. Can we talk about how great that movie was?
We absolutely
man?
can.
Oh.
What about Everything Everywhere All at Once was the thing that made you connect to that movie? Since we're talking about deep, and that movie is, if you haven't seen it, it is all about life and understanding and figuring out your purpose and what it all means, and nihilism versus
chills right now.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it is
chills.
a beautiful meditation on human life and the human experience and generational trauma and healing yourself, and is it your responsibility versus needing someone, and versus it's all of the things.
Going through it. Yeah. Great movie, man. And I mean, for all the reasons you mentioned, it is very, I would say that it's a very wise movie.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But it also has a lot of goofy.
It's so fun.
It's goofy.
It's goofy and wise.
Exactly. So I like I love the dichotomy. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? I love the balance of things together. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And coming together to make like a masterpiece of its own. And that's exactly what that movie does. I mean,
Absolutely.
we can talk about generational trauma and like how the movie literally just exemplifies, the relationship between the two people, you know what I'm saying, who happen to be mother and daughter.
Who happen to be. Hey, Alexis, I want to show off what my thing is starting to look like, all crystallized in here.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at all that. I know there's a little bit of light.
Yes,
you can sort of see all those crystals and those textures.
So shiny.
So shiny, so pretty.
Oh, hold on. Let me throw some of this more. I got sidetracked.
Yeah.
But Everything Everywhere All at Once. And a lot of movies like it in this generation is having a whole generation of movies where parents apologize.
Oh!
And I think that is so important for the upcoming parents of the generation.
It was a big theme this year with movies.
Yeah, and I could think of, what is it, Encanto had that
Encanto.
theme. Even the game God of War. I love that.
You God of War fan?
That's an understatement. That's an understatement.
Talk about an epic movie.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, and then
incredible.
Incredible. You beat it recently?
Oh yeah. I'm a couch watcher.
Yeah.
So I watched the.
Who'd you watch? Do you have a YouTuber to watch or?
No. My partner plays. I sit next to him. We watch. It was the whole thing. It was, mwah. It was beautiful. So much crying.
Yes.
Such beautiful storytelling.
Yep, I mean, it's like a father and son story.
Yeah.
Like similar to Everything Everywhere All at Once, where you have, this relationship between a father or a parent and a child, and it's like there's expectations of the father on the child and who he wants to be and who he has to be, and he's like dealing with his own traumas and trying to make sure that he doesn't become that. But like the son is like almost like, I have to become my own person.
Absolutely.
And they both wanted to save each other.
Yeah.
But it's like, sometimes when you're trying to save someone, you end up hurting them the most. You know what I'm saying? And I think that kind of carries over to real life. It's like parents, when they say that they want you to do a certain thing that's safe, or they say that they want you to have a certain career path, it's because they lived a life and they had a hard life or whatever, and they have the experience, but it's like, they're trying to protect you. But everything that comes in your life won't come, the best things don't come from out of protection. They come from risk. And it's your job as a young kid or a young man, young woman, old woman, whatever, is to be able to calculate that risk and say what is worth, trying for. You know what I'm saying?
Building that within yourself.
Yeah. And it's like parents try to just protect you, but sometimes that can hurt you a lot because you don't get to live the life that you want to live.
Yeah, and as you said, you're not growing and flexing that muscle and building that muscle within yourself.
Yeah, man, it's so important.
Be strong on your own.
Yeah, God of War was like probably one of my favorite games of all time, man.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I
it's
love the story.
Lovely.
It's right up my alley.
Yes. Okay, so I did miss one thing I want to challenge both you. It was a poll that I really want to play.
Okay.
And I want to challenge both you and the audience.
Okay.
So I want to know, because we're making rocks. It's all rocks themed today.
Yes, sir.
So which one of these rocks is not sedimentary? Okay?
Okay.
Not sedimentary.
Not.
So is it A, sandstone?
Okay.
B, shale?
Okay.
Shale. I said it wrong every time.
It's
shale.
okay. Shale.
B, shale. C, marble. Or D, gypsum. Do you remember what your answer was?
It was gypsum.
It was gypsum.
It was gypsum, yeah. And I'm thinking back on it, I'm like,
I did not reveal the answer. We did this question in a little bit of prep, and I didn't say the answer. So, So are you still confident in that?
No. But I would say that's my best guess. I'm thinking sedentary is like when it just sits for a while, and over time it compresses.
Like
and
we're doing.
Like the stuff you find at beaches and stuff like that. I think it's like limestone or something like that. That's a sedimentary rock. And I'm thinking gypsum is not, maybe marble, but I'm gonna just stick with gypsum.
Okay.
Safe. Yeah.
All right. So what do you think? Are you going to be swayed, or are you voting?
I'm voting.
We're going to find out.
Oh, okay.
I see a lot for one in particular.
Oh my God. It's like a multiple choice test. Like everybody just go see. Go see, everybody. Everybody go see. When in doubt. You know what I mean?
Yup. All right. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
You ready to move on?
Yes, I am. I'm just cooking over here.
We cooking?
Yeah, we cooking.
All right, let's see. Did everyone get it right?
Oh my God.
I think marble.
Not Goofy being Goofy.
92% voted for marble. And I gotta tell you, that's right. It's marble.
Wow. I had a feeling it was, if it wasn't gypsum, it was marble, but that's not how multiple choice questions work. No. So yes, I got it wrong. I am defeated.
That's okay. We don't gotta worry. Okay, are you ready? We're gonna start cutting up our beautiful colors that we have made.
Oh yeah,
so I'm gonna need you to test them out. See how they're feeling. So that one's definitely done.
This one is, whoa, this is like...
The first one we poured is not done yet, right? Are any of yours done yet?
They're like really, they're soft.
Okay.
Like, I mean, feel them. They're
let me see.
They're like some plastic
on the top. Yeah. I see. Yeah. Oh, yours went in warm.
Yeah.
This one, feel that one.
Yeah, that one feels
the
best.
Good.
Yeah.
We're starting to feel good. That's okay.
Yeah,
We're good.
All right,
so you know what we can actually do?
What's up?
Since we gotta let these cool a little bit, maybe we could pop them in the freezer really fast, just so that we can. Well, we got time. I'm not too worried.
We got time. Yeah.
Just chat.
Yeah, we could. We can vibe.
But the thing we can do is we can also start making the secondary layers.
Awesome.
So we have a secret second part to the soap. Remember, we have that secret bar that we're going to use all the shavings for.
Okay.
So we can actually start making. I want to do a rock base at the bottom. You know how we have the it's usually attached to a rock at the bottom.
Yeah.
So let's mix up the rock texture and put these, pre-make some of these so they can start cooling for us.
Awesome.
So we're gonna take, take that, and we're gonna pour some of ours back in here while these keep cooling.
Okay.
And
we said some of ours. Which ones are we pouring back in here?
We're gonna pour them back into this.
Which ones?
This.
Oh, okay, cool.
We're gonna get some fresh stuff.
Okay.
We're gonna pour it in here, make a rock-colored texture, and pour these into the last 3 remaining bars.
Sweet, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do.
Awesome.
It's gonna be super easy.
Boiling trouble and making double.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're all melted. We're good. We good.
Sir. There we go. This is so glittery. I love it.
Pouring that.
This needs to cook faster. I'm like,
you can borrow some of mine.
Awesome.
Oh, get
Just
some
like
of that.
bubbles on this thing? I think I might need more water in here actually, because.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I might need more.
He's boiling away.
Yeah. Let me see.
Here you go.
Let me just check really quick.
I'm gonna add some of this graphite black.
Ooh, okay.
Yes.
I like graphite black. That's my color. There we go.
Oh, I used a lot. Oops. That's okay. Oh, that's actually perfect. No, great. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna make a rock texture. Perfect. Oh.
Okay, and I will join you as soon as this is done melting.
Yes. So there we go. Okay, perfect. So you can see that. We just got a nice little rock texture for you in this close-up camera. Yummy! And then I'm gonna spray it with some of our rubbing alcohol. Awesome. And then I'm just gonna pour it into our molds. Just like that. And I'm gonna fill them up about halfway.
Oh yeah.
So don't fill them up the whole way because we're gonna refill them with all the leftover crystal bits.
Awesome.
So just like that. There we go. Wow, that worked out.
That's gonna look so pretty.
Perfectly. Look at that. All right, you got yours?
No, I'm still waiting.
Here, I can share. I can fill it.
Yeah.
I can fill it. Let's grab this.
Okay.
And I'll grab this. All right. Here we go. So so far?
Yes.
Do you feel confident that you could do this at home?
Yeah, for sure. It'd be a huge mess that I would hate.
Well, here's the thing. The mess is soap.
Yeah, true.
So it's not dirty. It's soap.
Yeah, you're right. That's actually smart. Yeah.
That was the best thing. Like, I got it all over my kitchen counter at home, and then all I did was take a wet rag, and it all filled up, and it was perfect.
Oh, that's amazing. That makes it way easier.
Super easy.
Yeah, here we go.
You already have a bunch of color in there, so I think it's kind of just already working out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then do I just pour that in there now?
Yeah.
All right, but halfway though, right?
Halfway in the cubes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get into more of this. This is kind of like, I don't know, therapeutic in a way.
It's incredibly therapeutic.
Yeah, it's just like, it's really fun.
Yeah.
Like to do something with your hands.
It feels really good.
Yeah, a lot of my hobbies are like screen-based, and it's like, maybe I shouldn't have everything I do for fun on a screen. You know what I mean? Maybe that might be a good idea. You know what I mean?
It happens. And you're doing good stuff, because you're not just like, you're doing, you have a lot of variety with the screens. And screens are a part of our reality. And you do take time to go outside. You take time to be mindful of your present self, and not just, you're not using games and things as the way you said you used to use some of your hobbies as like a coping mechanism. You're sort of being more grounded in your hobbies. And I would love to talk about, right before we're going to toss to a break, but to tease you about what we're going to be talking about, is I would love to talk about your Mindful Mondays.
Ah, awesome! Yeah,
yeah.
I love Mindful Mondays.
Before we take a small break, give a short synopsis of what Mindful Mondays are and why you started.
Cool. Mindful Monday is an event and a ritual I have on Twitch where it started in 2020 during the height of the 2020 pandemic and the BLM riots and like all the mess that was going on our timelines, constantly being flooded with, people getting destroyed, you know what I'm saying? And just like so much chaos and like negativity, and also, but us fighting for, justice and equality, which is valid, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to create a place where we can come on the internet and just like be happy and just talk about things that are going to help us move forward and move past these things, you know what I'm saying? Not have the internet just be, the algorithmic engagement machine that is conflict.
Anxiety and conflict and anger and outrage.
Exactly. So we started off the streams by doing yoga. We would talk about a set topic. It might be friend building, emotional maturity, boundary setting, something like that. And this is such a great experience as I'm going through this. I thought it was going to be something that was for my community, just for my community. But I learned so much along the way. And when I say that I grew as a human being, I literally grew so much from constantly challenging and being vulnerable. And like, I had to be on screen. I'm like crying. There's multiple Mondays. I'm crying in my community about something that happened when I was a kid. And we're all just group healing, group learning, group loving, together. Beautiful experience. I just realized we got to go on a break.
I know, we got to go on a break. Don't worry. That's what you got to look forward to, everybody. And also, I did see that comment. You and me, we're going to say hi, Anton. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh. Hi, Anton. How you doing?
Stick around, okay? We're going to take a quick break.
It's right in front of you. You know how it is. I got to stay on top of my game. The real question, how do I stay in the center of the action? With my JBL Quantum 1 gaming headset. If I can't depend on my squad, I can always depend on my JBL Quantum 1. Fueled by years of research, JBL combines precisely engineered gaming headset with custom cutting-edge software. Now I have a gaming headset with the immersive sound of JBL Quantum that puts me right in the room with my teammates when they can't get on the point. No matter how you want to game, every headset has hyper-accurate immersive sound to reveal every detail in the world around you. If you want the ultimate competitive advantage like I do, you need a gaming headset fit to take on any challenge. JBL Quantum gaming headsets. Dare to level up.
hello. Welcome back. Thanks, Anton. Thanks, everyone in chat, for sticking around. You're watching Good at Stuff. I am your goblin today, Gina Devivo, and I'm here with my fellow goblin, Goofywise.
I love that. Goblins in
Goblins
companionship.
unite.
Yeah.
The gerblins, the goblins, all of them.
Yes.
The gobbos.
The gobbo.
We're having we're cooking up some soaps today because it's a mindful day of being clean.
Oh, we're cleansing ourselves.
We're cleansing our emotions.
And putting our positive thoughts into the soap.
Into the soap.
And thus we will carry it on and clean ourselves with it and give to our friends and family, and they will cleanse their pores and their spirits and their hearts.
Every time they smell good, they will think of us.
Yes, there you go.
Yes. They'll be like, every time I can't smell tea tree without thinking of you.
Literally.
Yeah. And having some positive vibes.
Yes. Goofy Goblins. Oh,
Goofy
so
Goblins.
great.
Oh, the
my
alliteration.
God, yes.
So
that might be a new community name. I'm sorry.
The Goofy Goblins.
The Goofy Goblins.
Yes, we've got it. Goofy Goblins.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
I change it all the time. I went from Goofy Guild to Goofy Gang to Goofy Troop, and I'm like, what fits the
Now it's next, Goofy Goblins.
The Goofy Goblin sounds like it might be the one that sticks.
I'm so happy to have been here to possibly be the birth of a new community channel name.
Let's go.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you. Do you need help? We're getting flown in. Thank you.
All right. Magical napkins.
Thank you, Tony. Just cleaning up our workspaces. It's a good idea.
Yes.
We forget sometimes.
Clean
it's
as
fun.
you go.
Clean as you go. It helps in the long run. It's good for cooking. It's good for this.
Yes.
So we hinted and had a little bit of talk about your Mindful Mondays.
Yes.
And you mentioned at the top of the show of sort of accepting and understanding and coming to terms with your own sort of versions of toxic masculinity. And obviously being open and talking about your family and your life and your emotions is not something that is often done, and I imagine in the sports world is not encouraged or rewarded in any way.
Not at all.
So what did that look like for you, and have you had any experiences with your Goofy Goblins where they've related or had similar stories or had different versions that they sort of reached out to?
So during these Mindful Mondays, we have a lot of talks about very deep stuff. And as a man, again, I said this earlier, but it's like you don't really want to allow to have a chink in your armor. You don't want someone to perceive you as being weaker than, because growing up as a man, that was a gateway to being bullied or seen as less than a man. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's a lot of work that I had to do to get through that, and having my community be there to support me through that, and also themselves, but support me through that really helped me heal a part of my inner child that I felt like needed to be healed and to be to express these emotions and have it be okay. You know what I'm saying? For so long in my relationships, I wasn't really allowed to have boundaries, so people would say things about me or do things to me, and if I were to seem bothered by them, it would seem as though I was weak. You know what I mean? Like, just toughen up and take it. Man up. You know what I mean?
Get over
why don't you man up? Like, you're so soft. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that being soft, you know what I'm saying, is my superpower. You know what I mean? Having empathy is my superpower. I love that about myself now. And it took me a long time to get there, but like Mindful Monday was a gateway for that, for sure. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And even in the sports world, we can kind of reiterate what we were talking about earlier. Anybody who's played sports out there in the chat, I'm sure you can attest to how cruel and how, you know, how toxic it can be to never express pain, even physical pain. You know what I'm saying? Like if you out here, you got a rolled ankle and you rolled it during the game and you show any weakness, you're soft. What are you doing? You're soft. You know what I'm saying? And you then begin to internalize that for your mental self as well. And like, oh, if I show any weakness, if I ask for help,
ignore yourself.
Ignore yourself. You should be tougher than that. You know what I'm saying? And I think as a young man growing up, I didn't really have a lot of role models growing up. My eldest brother was like kind of like my role model. And he went, and this is actually something we talked about recently. So I love you if you're watching. Hope you don't mind. But I think he, as a kid, he emulated himself in what he thought manhood should be from media and representation. And And he didn't get it right. And as a kid who grew up in a very, a very harsh home, he learned to close himself off to emotions, and he did it very well for the most part.
Sure.
Then comes me along as a young boy. I'm looking up to him. He never signed up for this, you know what I'm saying? But I'm looking up to him, and he's my representation of manhood.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing how well he doesn't feel feelings. He hides himself so well, and I'm immediately judging and criticizing myself, thinking like, oh, I need to be more like him. Why can't I be like him? You know what I'm saying? Why can't I be like the other guys who don't have feelings or don't want to express themselves? And they feel so comfortable like that.
Yeah.
Me, like when my guy friends were playing basketball in the hoops, and I'm like sitting on the porch talking to my friends that are like girls at the time, and they're the only people I could talk to that my emotions felt safe with.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's wrong with me? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is all sparking something that I had a conversation with the other day.
Yeah.
So a Crown channel favorite and dear friend of mine, Sage Ryan, fellow streamer, who's on the show and on this channel very often. We were having a conversation about this and sort of the shame around males having emotions and what is deemed as emotions.
Yeah.
And how that that anger is something that is incredibly acceptable on men.
Yes.
Without the understanding that anger is an emotion.
100%.
And that why is that an encouraged emotion?
Yeah.
If all other emotions are something to be shameful of.
Yeah.
Without like anger is so natural to a male presenting person. When it's an emotion.
Yeah, and I love that we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
I'll just take a sidebar real quick. This is so important. I'm glad we're having this conversation. But I think it's because anger is seen as like the warrior's emotion.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's a powerful emotion. It's
when a female presenting person is angry, it's irrational. It's seen as flippant. It's seen as not to be taken seriously.
Correct. Yes.
And so it's so interesting that when I'm perceived as angry, it's emotional.
Yeah.
It's over the top. It's not to be believed.
It's dismissed.
It's dismissed.
Yeah.
As a silly emotion.
Yeah. Get yourself together.
Get yourself together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's the reverse of when you show any other emotion aside from anger.
Yeah.
You are treated the same way.
Yeah.
That it is, are you hurt?
That's
Get
a beautiful
over it.
point. Yeah.
It's such an interesting mirror of simply emotions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's all encompassing, and it's really amazing that you've been able to access this part of yourself and encourage others to access this part of themselves.
Yeah. I see it as the work of life.
Yeah.
It's the work. The work is like learning and growing and molding yourself into a better person, but also connecting with other people and trying to help as many people as you can at the same time.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had a interesting thought the other day because of something that was happening on like social media or whatever, and it's like even as content creators, like we are like. But sometimes I feel like people expect us to be these perfect role models and capable of mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely.
When at the end of the day, we're just humans too. You know what I'm saying? And I think that like a lot of what people consider like to be like cancel culture, and this is kind of a sidebar, but
sure.
it just came to my mind. But
while you're doing it, I'm gonna have you poke. Tell me how they're doing.
We're good. We're good with the first two. Yeah, we're good actually.
Okay.
But I wanted to say,
while you're doing it, let's pop it out.
Yeah.
We're gonna pop out our beautiful colors, everybody.
Ooh, this is nice.
Because we get to start crunching again.
Yes.
Ooh, look at that.
That is beautiful. Look at that. Ooh, I love it.
Yum.
Oh
Yummy.
my God. But yeah, I was saying that that we need not only is it our. I'm sorry, I lost myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know I interrupted
it's okay.
you.
I'm like colors.
I know.
But I was saying that it's like people see it as almost like cancel culture when people ask you to consider other people outside of yourself. You know what I'm saying? To have empathy for others and admit that you were wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not that you have to be perfect. You just have to have empathy for others and be correctable, be reachable to them to be able to connect with you, and have that understanding and be like, hey, if we call you in, will you understand us? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's such an important part of like being emotional and having emotions is like being correctable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And it's okay to continue to learn because culture and people continue to change.
Yes.
And so something that was correct and right and learned is going to keep changing,
Yes.
and to allow yourself to be wrong and to learn and to continue to grow along with
Yes.
yourself and culture and society and
Yes.
and people. Because people are always going to keep evolving and
Yes.
shaping and compacting and becoming. So
Yeah, awesome.
this is the part where you get to just make fun cubes again.
Okay, and we're
we're
doing it
making
with this
shards,
stuff?
just like we did. Yep, we're taking our beautiful colors and we're making shards. And I'm gonna leave them in sort of a color gradient. You can mix them if you want,
Okay.
but I like to have the like lightest to darkest gradient
Okay.
while we fill up our molds again.
Okay, so I'll follow your lead.
Okay,
actually,
so so we're just taking the lightest color and we're
Okay.
making cubes.
Okay, cool.
So you do yoga on stream?
Yeah, I do yoga as well. I'm into my Mindful Mondays. I took a break from it because I went to therapy recently.
Sure.
And it was like hard for me to have that much vulnerability,
Yeah.
fatigue. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Oh, it's yes.
But I would start the stream with meditation for my Mindful Mondays. I would go into the topic or whatever. We talk for like 2 to 3 hours about said thing. We react to videos about it, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we were in the stream with a meditation. So we start with yoga, talk, then in the stream with meditation. And meditation is such a beautiful thing. So I'm glad I get to
Yes.
share something that I really...
What do you find useful about meditation?
Oh man, it's just like, it's really learning how to exist.
Quiet with yourself?
Yeah, with yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not to get too cerebral, but I almost see it as like accessing a very like different, like, you ever heard the saying that dogs live in the present moment?
I haven't heard that saying.
Yeah, so dogs only think and live in the present moment. They don't have like real thoughts to be able to think like ahead or like
Future
that.
or past.
You know what I'm saying? I think something that, human beings in our path through evolution, you know what I'm saying, we kind of became this very thinking being that is capable of thinking presently and also in our head wildly,
and
you know what I'm saying?
planning.
Yeah. And I think we live in a world of comparison and, often thinking too much, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
With social media and, that being at play. So like, meditation kind of brings you back to I call it your first mind. You know what I'm saying? Your present mind. You know what I'm saying? The mind that is like, hey, I'm existing. Like there's things happening every second. I'm moving my fingers. I feel them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's some things you don't really, you take for granted, honestly. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes, the five senses thing. I do that a lot of just like, what can I see? What can I smell? What can I touch? What does this texture feel like? It's a really great way to ground myself.
Yeah, it helps you calm down, right?
Really does.
Yeah.
I have a lot of rumination and issues with magical thinking and what if worrying and
we sound like we are very similar.
we had very similar therapy journeys. We both started therapy around the same time, right in the middle of the pandemic. And
I started pandemic. I started therapy a little after that.
Yes, I'm sorry. I meant
6 months ago.
I didn't know it was that. I see.
Yeah.
Mine was a little over, right? Like I would say a few months into the big panini. So
I started I started Mindful Monday in 2020 during the pandemic.
And
that was kind of like group therapy.
So that I would say, that's a self-discovery journey.
Yeah, true.
But it's nice to sort of have access to help.
Yeah, for sure. One thing, just to touch back on that toxic masculinity thing a little bit, kind of wrap it up with therapy. One thing I really learned from therapy that was like extremely game changing for me was that I was telling my therapist, I was like, man, I need more ways to cope with my feelings. I have such a hard time coping.
Yep.
And she's like, well, coping isn't the end goal. And I was like, what? No, coping is only the thing you do until you get the chance to process your emotions.
You want to feel them.
Yes, you want to feel them. You want to process them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, as this concept, I was like, what?
You don't want to get rid of them. You want to be able to feel them without shutting down or the negative aspects that come with feeling too much.
Exactly.
And not knowing what to do with it.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of times guys don't really have a whole lot of people we can go to process emotions. And this might be a stereotype, and you feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like when girls have a problem, at least the girls in my life, when they have a problem, they call all their friends and they talk about it nonstop.
Sure,
you know what I'm saying?
I would say that societally, femme presenting people are heavily, if you're lucky enough to find community, because we're also heavily encouraged to have competition with each other.
Yeah, for sure.
But it is far more encouraged to have a lot of female friends to talk about your emotions and your existence together.
Yes.
If you're lucky, and that is definitely not as far as I know, not always encouraged.
For a young man, or men in general,
So
it's like, once I realized that I could, the processing was the goal, it was like, oh, this is game changing.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna,
I think genders of all spectrums aren't, like, we're allowed to talk about them.
Yeah.
But I find that we're not taught what to do with them.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel them.
Yeah.
But we're not educated on how to use them, how to understand them, what the instinct of them truly means inside of you.
Very true, and I want to thank you for like just saying that, because I think there's even some levels that I don't really understand the woman experience 100%.
I did not know how to handle my emotions. I was always an extreme feeler. I was like, I feel too much. I feel too much. I'm an empath. I feel everyone. I feel everything. And I didn't know what to do with it. I felt them all, and I was allowed to feel them all, but I didn't know where to put them. I didn't know how to use them. I didn't know. They shut me down. I would sort of become quite shut down. And I think that there are levels of this in different aspects to the full gender spectrum in different varying degrees societally.
For sure.
Of just
so
our
much
culture
nuance.
There's so much nuance to emotions, and most people don't know what they are or why they happen.
And just different life experiences that just are so different, and they don't really look like you would expect them to based on your lived experience. You know what I'm saying? Like my perception of you dealing with it as a woman, as a young girl, is like I'm thinking like women are masters of emotions growing up, you know, and that's just not the case. You know what I mean? It's not the case. You guys are humans just like us.
Yeah.
You guys go through, you know,
we just have a different version societally of what's expected, and
but that doesn't mean you don't struggle. You know what I'm saying? That's just like man,
it's just a different flavor.
Yeah, and that's why I'm so glad that we can have this conversation, and also like I'm such a big fan of just like as a man, like just shutting up sometimes. You know what I mean? Like because like I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, and my bias is to my own life experience. So sometimes I just gotta shut up. Yeah, we all do it. We gotta just listen to people that are not like us. You know, and believe them when they tell us their stories. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How has your family been through your journey of self-discovery and therapy, and if that's something?
No, we definitely could talk about it. I'll be the first person to tell you that a lot of my family don't have a close relationship.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And that's because I've had to put certain boundaries up.
Absolutely.
And certain people cannot respect said boundaries. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And people always tell me, you only get one mom, you only get one sister, you only get one whatever, you know what I'm saying? But you also only get one yourself. So I decided to choose myself and choose happiness for me. And I can't tell you, like, even though it sucks and I always want that relationship for them to turn around and like be the person that can respect me and love me for who I am, I know that I will not get that from them. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I just decided I'm gonna love you, but I'm gonna love you from over here.
Yeah.
And you could be over there doing your thing. We'll call maybe whenever I decide to have the conversation and say hi, maybe during the holidays, I love you, bye. You know what I'm saying? But it's not gonna be the relationship that you want, because you can't give me what I need from a relationship. Yeah. And I feel empowered enough to say that now without any shame. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in, you know, if you've got a loving, wonderful family, like, I'm so happy for you, and that's wonderful. And if it's a struggle and you're working on it, awesome. I'm proud of you for doing that.
Yeah.
But I'm also a huge believer in found family and community. And,
for sure.
I believe that people are continually raised throughout their life by their community. And to the point, I have several friends that I consider female role models. My mother and my sister are wonderful people. I have a wonderful stepmom, Mary, who's incredible.
That's awesome.
That's three mother figures right there.
Awesome.
And you know, but I also I truly believe people grow through their village, and not just their sort of designated parental figures. And that you can find, you know, if that isn't something you innately have, that you absolutely can find that in life. on your terms.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes,
I know this is like an interview for me, but like...
hey, this is just a conversation.
Awesome,
we're just hanging out.
Awesome. So, have you struggled to find friend groups for yourself, and how have you navigated choosing the people that you want to be in your village?
Ooh, yes, I did. I was a very lonely kid. I was homeschooled.
Okay.
I had a very good best friend.
Okay.
But I was very shy. I had a lot of trouble. I was very introverted, and I really liked to watch people. I liked observing people. I was a young actor, so I really enjoyed human experience from afar. And also, while I'm saying all this, I'm going to load my crystals.
Yes,
I'm starting with light to dark. And I'm loading them up just like we did the first crystals.
Mine are a little bigger, as always.
Yeah,
I'm a little bigger,
that's okay. Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, oh my God, am I doing it wrong?
Not at all. You're
but
perfect.
Please continue. When you
so I did. I struggled a lot.
Yeah.
And then I found I was really good at making a best friend.
Okay.
But I had a really hard time maintaining large groups because I'm definitely a person that feels a little like, I don't have to communicate all the time with people I care about.
God, yes.
I could not talk to you for 15 years and I would still not feel less about you than the last time we spoke.
For sure.
And that style of communication doesn't always transfer to every kind of friendship. I'm just going to reheat mine back up because it started to get, and that's the great thing, you can just reheat it. Yeah. So I found it really difficult because I was also shy and I had dark hair and people found it intimidating and I was considered an old soul, and I didn't really drink, and I didn't really do these things, and I was in this sort of child actor space, and I started going to like friend parties when I got a little older in my teens, and I started going with a best friend of mine, and I realized, and we both realized sort of at the same time, that if I wasn't with her, people didn't know who I was. So I had defined myself in sort of these codependent friendships because I needed that codependency, that reliance on sort of an A-B improviser in my life to socialize. And when we realized that, we went, okay, we need to start going to parties by ourselves. Not because we don't love each other, but because we need to start building our sense of self and our identities and start making choices for ourselves.
When you did this?
I was in my teens.
That is so cool that you were having these conversations. I
didn't date, I didn't date, so I was very, even as a kid, I was like, I need to know who I am before I bring myself to another person. I want to be whole before I present myself to a person.
This is so cool. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, thank you.
Because like, for me, it was like a lot more darkness. It was like, I need someone to love me.
Yeah. I mean, my darkness just came out in different ways.
It's totally cool. And it's interesting to hear how your darkness came out differently. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's such a different way of life, you know what I'm saying? Or a different experience in life, I'm sorry.
No, it's absolutely.
Very cool to see how it's different. You know
it's neat, right?
Yeah.
So I just built it up and I had to force myself to go and show up at parties by myself and do that alone and it really helped. I really connected with myself for a while and I really understood people and they knew me and I felt like myself and
that's so cool.
And then now, you know, that place of security has, you know, fluctuated throughout my life. I've had, I struggle with GAD, which is generalized anxiety disorder. So I have a lot of, you know, ups and downs, and I'll find friend groups that I adore and people I find really powerful. But I also recognize that the bigger a community is, there tends to be some not so great people that can slip through the cracks and be given excuses for. And so I think now that I'm in my 30s, I have curated the understanding that I don't have to have a lot of friends. I have to have people that impact me in positive ways. People I admire, keeping people I admire around me who inspire me. And luckily, that has grown to be a very wide range of people.
That's amazing.
And it's not always perfect, but I'm really quite proud of the people that I keep as my company now. Because they're all people that I have conversations with like this, of people that want to be better continually throughout their life, that understanding that growing isn't over just because you're not a child anymore. And people that that understand that art is so important for the soul, whether you believe you're an artist or not. And that understand,
you're speaking to my soul right now, and I'm just like,
that humans create and that it's all part of it, and that it's okay to make mistakes and learn from them. So it's nice. I'm pretty happy.
Immensely happy for you.
Thank
that
you.
sounds so powerful.
What's your
and
journey
healing.
been? Different?
Grow for as far as friendship, building my own village. Growing up, I'll start like you did, because I like the way you kind of painted this picture for yourself. I was like, this is a very great way to do this.
Thanks.
I started off I grew up a child of like 4.
Sure. Oh, yeah. I have a lot of siblings.
Yeah. So those were kind of my friends growing up.
Absolutely.
We moved around so much. I moved from Iowa to Illinois to South Carolina. Like every 2 years we were moving. I went to 3 elementary schools, 5 middle schools, and 5 high schools.
Wow.
Yeah, so like I was kind of like all over the place. And we were going through different countries, different schools. I was always a new kid, so I was never really allowed to have friends. At one of my schools in high school, I would eat lunch with this thing.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, these. There you go.
At one of my schools, I would eat the lunch with the administration staff.
Yeah.
So I was like really lonely. I didn't really have anybody, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
My first real friends came when I was like 13, I think.
Yeah.
And they were like my first group of friends in South Carolina, and then we ended up moving a year or 2 later, and I had to start all over again. And growing up, I just never really felt like I belonged. Never really felt like I could be myself in friendships. You know what I'm saying? I started playing basketball, so that those are like my guaranteed friends.
Yeah.
They just show up every day. In college, like you kind of have friends by proximity.
Absolutely.
And during this whole time, I never really had any standards for friendships whatsoever. You know what I mean? I was kind of just vibing, you know, and just like taking what I can get.
What color did you use or do you want to do like this nice cool copper? So this is going to be your casing color that we're working with. This is going to get poured fully on top of everything.
Okay, 1 second, let me think.
So you did that orange, but I think that's a little too opaque.
That's too much, that's too much,
so I think like a nice clear copper kind of vibe.
Yeah, copper could work. Actually, maybe yellow.
Yellow?
Would yellow work?
Could be.
Okay,
let's find out.
Yellow. So I just mix it in here?
Yeah. That goes with the fire opal vibe that you're doing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, you know, for a long time, I didn't really have friends, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And real friends, you know, deep friends that really truly knew me and I can feel like I could be myself.
Yeah.
There's definitely some guys who stuck around in my mind and like I think about sometimes, I'm like, I really miss this person. I should probably hit him up more.
Sure.
But as an adult now, like I struggle with it during content creation as it was extremely lonely sometimes.
Pour it over.
Sometimes being a content creator, you know, you don't really have a lot of like friends or time, you know, it's easy to be very lonely, I should say.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're sitting at your computer desk, you're always connected to a bunch of people, but it's like you don't really have your group of friends. And I think as my inner child needed like a really good male friendship, so I started to look for like male friends, and eventually I found some male friends as I developed my standards for friendship.
Sure.
And I found a group of male friends where we have similar core values. Like obviously no sexism, homophobia, transphobia, none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So like, and I feel like that was kind of hard for me to find.
Yep.
And also someone I could be vulnerable with. You know what I'm saying? So like, now I'm having friends right now, and we're having conversations about our love languages and how can we show up for each other as friends, and like, bro, like, well, what can I do to support you? You know, stuff like this, and it really makes my life more full.
Yes.
Makes me more happy. I tell them all the time, like, I'm so happy to have you. You've helped my life change so much. You know what I'm saying?
Great.
Am I pouring all this on there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Whole thing. We're just gonna fill up our mold, and then it's gonna dry, and we're gonna be good to go.
Awesome. But yeah, man, it was a hell of a journey, bro, and it was.
I bet.
Really hard for me to have those friends, especially those guy friendships. I feel like I've always kind of like been closer to women growing up because they were more accepting, or at least I felt more accepting.
You were yearning a certain energy that they were allowed to have.
Yeah, and I feel like guys just didn't really have the capacity for my emotions to talk about it, you know what I'm saying? Whether it was shame or just the inability to want to do that, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, Yeah, so I finally got some like guy friends, and I'm pretty good. I still want to build more friends. I kind of want to have, like you were telling me earlier, I think you said you have LAN parties at your house.
We do. We have LAN parties.
Bro,
we do LAN parties at my house.
That is
So Destiny
so cool.
2, baby.
That is so cool. I want a big group of friends.
Come over. Come play LAN parties
Literally,
with us.
I will. Don't say that, because I will come.
I don't just extend invitations to my house willy-nilly.
Okay,
Come
cool.
over.
Okay, cool. That sounds awesome. I would love to do that.
Because we're both LA kids.
Yeah. I'm in Sacramento now.
I know you are. Yeah.
But
yeah, you got to. You got to. You
for
got to
sure.
come.
I would love to take you up on that offer. Yeah, I mean, I think I do have a dire need for like a bigger group friendship. You know what I mean? Like, and just to be open and have fun and vibe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna finish up these soaps, everybody. We're gonna take a small break. Don't go anywhere. And then you and I are going to finish up these beautiful rock soaps. So don't go anywhere. It's time for the reveal.
Ooh la la.
Take one, Mark.
I have no idea what to expect out of Reload.
Something about building a map, but in real life.
I honestly don't know what to expect.
Possibly an escape room, challenge type situation. I have no idea.
I feel like this is gonna be crazy.
Look at us.
I can't believe I lost.
Hello, welcome back, everybody. We're watching good at stuff. We're watching it too.
We're all
watching good
We're
at
watching
stuff.
it and we're doing it and we're being it.
We're having a good time. We are about to unveil our soap.
Yes.
Are you ready? How you feeling? Are you feeling?
It's a little mushy.
It's a little mushy. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because we're
Okay.
not done. We're not done.
Okay.
Thank you for sticking around. We're about to reveal our beautiful soap. Because it's about time. I don't know if we've only got a few minutes left. We might not have time to add the rock, but it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
It's okay because we've got this still. So
Yes.
that's the rock texture. So
That's
this is the
rock.
crystal. We've got this beautiful rock texture.
Awesome.
We'll see. We're melting it, but
Yeah.
I think you and I, we had a great day.
Yeah, we were going on a journey today.
We had
You
a
know what
full
I'm saying?
journey.
Yeah, and I gotta say, like, whether we get to do this right now or not,
Yeah.
I don't care.
I don't either.
Because like the journey that we went on together was so much more meaningful than the end result of whatever we decide to have.
We're
or
not failing. We had a great day.
Yeah, and we got some cool stuff too.
We had a great time hearing all of you.
Shout out to chat.
Thanks
I
for
love you
being
guys
here.
so much, man. Thanks for being
Yeah,
here. I see you,
thanks.
Rocky. I see you, Luna. I saw you, Control Alt Quinn.
Yeah.
A lot of positivity in chat today. I'm really vibing with that. Thank you guys so much. Make some
really
noise.
Great.
Yeah.
I know. We sometimes have like just sweet, wholesome, lovely, good time conversation on the show.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful that we got to have some like really heartfelt human experience conversation on the show and like talk about our struggles and introduce you to the Goofy Goblins.
Yes, the Goofy Goblins.
Yes, it's all good. Okay, mine is starting to feel kind of good. How's yours? You feeling?
Probably getting there. It's a little mush on this side.
Okay, well, you know what? We're gonna pop mine out.
Okay, cool. Let's see
Because
it.
mine is ready, and
Awesome.
you and I can do this together.
Awesome. Let's do it.
So we're gonna take this out.
I just thought about rolling this together once we know you're stuck.
Yes. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Do you want to flip the loaf?
I will flip the
Flip
loaf.
the loaf.
The loaf flip. Do I just pop it out?
Yeah,
or
just
I flip?
pop it out.
All right, we're flipping. Oh, I don't want to mess it up.
No, you're good.
Okay.
You can't mess it up. It's soap.
Yeah,
It's gonna get messed up by fingies.
Ooh. That is
Look at that
gorgeous.
gradient.
Oh, I
So
love
normally
that
we would
silver.
add the that cool
Yeah.
rock texture, but you know what? We got it in there. So you and I, we're gonna cut these bad boys into cubes.
Yeah.
You ready? Take
Yeah.
your
Where's
knife.
my thingy?
Yeah, I stole it from you.
Aha!
Okay,
Chaos Goblin.
so
Yeah.
bam.
Bam.
Look at that cross section.
Bam.
Okay, last one.
Okay.
All you.
All
Cut
me?
it.
Cut it.
Bam.
There we go. Oh yeah.
All right, and now, so what we're gonna do? I'm gonna do it in this. Oh, we're gonna do it in this fun close-up cam.
Yeah.
So you're gonna take your knife.
Okay.
And then you're gonna just shape it. You're gonna kind of do these like
So
crystal
pretty.
angles. And
Okay.
like just have fun with it. It's
Okay.
like there's no wrong way to do it. You're just gonna
Alright.
kind of wiggle.
There's no wrong way to do
Ooh,
it.
look at that! Check that out.
Ooh, hold up.
Oh, we
Let me
got
catch
the
up.
crystal. Ooh, we got one crystal. I'm gonna turn this
Ooh.
one into like a bit of a tower.
I like it.
Bam, 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 bam.
Bam. Bam. I think you said something earlier that really stuck with me. When you
Yeah,
were saying
what?
like creators need like a dotted box so they can
A box, a dotted box.
so they
yes.
can squeeze out in how they want to.
I love boundaries within art because
Yes.
then I know what to break out from and
Yes.
where to go from.
Yes.
Nothing hurts my soul more
Yeah.
as a creator than being told, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Some people thrive under that environment.
Yeah.
I need a little bit of a pressure cooker
Yeah.
to
That's
become
totally
a
fine.
diamond.
Yeah. And that's honestly like the process of squeezing out of that those
Yup.
little dots. It's such a beautiful feeling. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's such a like, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever the topic it is, you're almost molding yourself in a specific, unique way to whatever that is.
Yep.
It's a combination of whatever that is and your unique self and vision. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's a beautiful process.
All right. So while we're cutting these up,
Yes.
look at these babies.
Ooh, la
Look at
la.
these crystals.
Ooh la la.
They coming together. Let's do that beautiful close-up cam, one or two. Let's see, I'm gonna move all this out of the way so we can get a nice clean shot of these beauties.
Yes.
Camera one or camera two, I don't know, but I'm gonna line them up while I'm chopping up. Ooh, look at that beauty!
Ooh.
Look at that! So
Yeah,
these make perfect little gifts. Look at that!
Yes.
Oh, I love it!
I would love this.
So now,
Cleanse yourself.
just really quick, with these leftovers, you're gonna chop them up into little bits. And remember how we made those little rock cubes before?
Yeah.
We're gonna place them on here, and they're just gonna make little geode bars so that we don't waste anything.
Okay, taking that.
And you're just gonna solidify them. And the fun part is, everybody, this is gonna be the easy part. We're gonna put these up on our socials.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna challenge everybody to go follow us on our socials,
Yes.
so that everyone knows where they can find us and follow us, but also see the end results of Goofy's soap.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, there's a part 2 to this.
You don't want to miss out.
You don't. So, Goofy,
Yes.
grab my sticky hands.
Okay, sticky hands.
Yes.
Yes.
It has been an absolute joy having
Oh
you on
my
the
God.
show.
This is
You're
so awesome.
wonderful. I've loved having this conversation with you. Thank you,
Likewise.
everyone out there, for joining us. It's been great. Thank you for being on the show. Please
Likewise.
tell everyone where they can keep supporting you,
Awesome.
and where they can follow and hopefully join in on your Mindful Mondays.
Awesome. First, I want to say thank you guys so much for having me here today. It's been an absolute pleasure. I love this experience. I love having these deep conversations. If you guys are interested in having me express myself across multiple mediums, you can check me out at Goofywise on any platform. I'm big on TikTok. I do anime and gaming and stories, as well as Twitch and Twitter as well. So yeah.
Heck yes! Amazing. Thank you. Okay, so we've still got a few more minutes, so you're not going anywhere.
Okay, cool.
Oh, you're still warm. Your state's so warm.
I don't know why it is, man.
No, it's okay, because that means they're going to follow you after.
Awesome.
It's going to be great. So what do you have going on? Do you have any events coming up? Any cons? Any streams?
Yeah.
I mean, you do got streams.
Yeah,
we
streams.
just in time. We've got just a little bit.
Yeah.
You're on Crown All Stars.
Yes, I am.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So I've been working with Crown for quite a while now. Since about 2020, we did the Chasing with the Crown was my first time I actually was on Crown Channel. So I'm now coming back again as an All Star.
Birds?
Oh, well, this time we played Angry Birds.
Yeah? I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, this time we played Angry Birds, and production is giving me a hard time. I won't name any names, I didn't rise to the moment despite being such a skilled competitor in practice. Okay, sometimes it doesn't carry over right away. The nerves get you. It happens. Okay.
It happens.
But yeah, unfortunately, I didn't make it to the final round of this Crown All Stars competition. But they're going to be playing it again this week. They're going to be playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and they're going to be doing a competition with B. Wyan and Crow Tuck.
Oh,
you'll catch me on chat talking a little mess. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's been a good time working with you guys in Crown, and yeah, it's a lot of fun over there.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, I took it out too quickly and it turned to sludge. See, that's what happens. It's okay.
It's okay, Chaos Goblins.
Chaos Goblins. we're just working. So again, please go follow us, and we'll post up the finished, completed versions. But this is really what it was. We just made these beautiful little soaps, and you can make them for yourself or for people for the holidays. Good birthday gifts. It's all good.
Yes.
So let me tell you a little bit about what we got on Crown Channel for the rest of this week, okay? So if you're watching us, we've still got one more episode. This is our episode Eve.
Ooh, the best episode, by the way.
It's the best episode.
Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, it's always the season finale Eve that leaves you on
the best.
Yeah, it's always the best. So yeah.
So don't forget to tune in, because this is just one of the shows here on Crown. And next week will be our season finale. So don't forget to tune in. But on Wednesdays, it is the 1-year anniversary of New World, and Crown is celebrating with a reunion show. So join King Gothalion, Redbird, and Smashley as they play and showcase the current season of New World. And on Thursdays, we will have Spotlight with John Sandman and Luke AFK. And for all the Valorant fans, we saw the video a little bit earlier. Friday will be our Valorant event of the year. It is called Reload, and this show will be at 10 a.m. Pacific, okay? And it will be a 5-hour show, and all the shows at Crown are always from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific time. Okay.
You don't want to miss out, guys. This is good content.
There's something happening off screen right now.
Uh-oh.
Let it go without, recognizing your birthday. Happy birthday.
It's the birthday girl, guys. Chat, can we get some happy birthday love in the chat? Make some noise.
Hi.
Pocket Gina's birthday. Let's go.
Hi. My birthday is on the 17th.
Yes, it is. It's coming up, though.
Yeah, no, it is. Between now and then, I will have birthed another year.
Yes.
That sounds horrible. But wait, I gotta make a wish.
Yes.
Okay. Wait, are we singing?
Are we singing? I say we sing.
Make up a song for me. Oh!
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Ooh, I like this.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for that. Thank you. Happy birthday to me.
Yes.
Thank you again for being here. Don't forget, we're going to show this beautiful baby on Goofywise's socials, so go check it out. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Gina Devivo. I have been your host of Good at Stuff. We just made crystal, beautiful geode soaps with Goofywise. And go check us all out. And thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you next week for our season finale, so you better be there. It's going to be a good one. Happy holidays.